This is the number one thing that is holding you back from getting exactly what you want. It's the fact that you're afraid of having it. And you might be like, no, I'm not. Like, I want to be rich, healthy, happy, abundant, in love, confident. Honey, no, you don't. You do, but you don't. You do, but you don't, because the subconscious wants to keep you safe, not happy, right? And so what does that mean? That means that anything that is unfamiliar and unexplored could be unsafe because you don't know, you've never been there. And depending on what you've been programmed with up until the age of about 7, what you saw, what you heard, what you were told about yourself, about others, about the world, you will create stories about the things that you want. You know, maybe you want money, but someone told you when you were younger that, you know, more money, more problems. Maybe you listened to a lot of music growing up that had a lot of conditioning, a lot of unconscious patterns in it. And you're like, why can't I live the life that I want? Well, you might have this like level of beliefs and patterns that are within your subconscious mind that are telling you the opposite, that are telling you that the things that you want are not safe, that when you fall in love, you get hurt, that when you know, when you have a beautiful home, you have things happen like natural disasters or, you know, whatever it is, whatever the stories are in your mind. And so first, we just have to bring this into awareness. Bring it into awareness that this is happening, that this is possible, that, you know, up until this point, you've been working towards something for so long. You've been working towards something for so long or wanting something for so long. Hello. Hi, Roto. Hi, baby boy. How are we feeling today? Nibbly? Huggy? Cuddly? Chill? I think so. I'm glad that the flies aren't all over you. The flies have been pretty bad right now as we're getting into the summer. Hi, baby boy. Happy full moon. This is a great time to let go. So let's go down that path right now. On the full moon, it's a good time to let go. On the new moon, it's a good time to call in and to set intentions. And you can do this at any time of the month, but from what I've found to be very powerful is doing it with the full moon. And so with our awareness around the fact that we have these subconscious beliefs and patterns that are affecting our field, and when our field is vibrating in a certain way, it is creating our matter, our perceived reality. And so you can change matter by changing your field. And you can change your field by rewiring neurons, refiring neurons, and using your free will. So, what are you letting go of today? When I do full moon ceremony with people, which I'm actually going to go do right now, it's our friend's birthday here on the farm, and so we're going to write down everything that we want to let go of this morning because we're going to have a busy day and people are going to drink wine. So I said, let's write these down while we're sober and clear, and everybody, you know, really can dive deep into bringing awareness around what's going on in their reality. Like, what is actually holding them back? What's actually holding you back? And oftentimes when I do this, or when I have people do this, it's like you let go of the obvious thing. Like, I let go of debt, right? You would want to go deeper, and you would want to say, I let go of all fear around having money. I let go of everything preventing me from being in an abundant state. I let go of all stories and limiting beliefs around my ability to be the abundance that I am. Words are powerful. And I think that it is really important to know how powerful they are and know how powerful you are and how capable you are of changing your reality by choosing and stating what you are and what you are not and what you let go of. And so you are not these unconscious patterns. You are not these subconscious beliefs. You might have had some soul contracts to take these on, so that you can be here right now with me in this video, in this moment, pondering what has been vibrating within your field up until this point. And you're not victim to it. None of us are. You know, maybe your circumstances have been hard, but you wouldn't be given them if you weren't able to get through them. And so, no, please. It's funny because I'm like so about bees, but also they're very significant to me. I have one tattooed on my hand that's holding the camera. Yeah, so actually very interesting, because when I was just saying you're not victim to your reality, it was making me think about my friend who passed away, who symbolizes bees, and that I have this bee tattoo. And it's so easy to think when you're losing people, when, when you're struggling with your health, with your money, with your love, with your freedom, you can get into this victim mentality. But that's also the subconscious way of keeping you safe because it doesn't want you to, be okay, because being okay is so unfamiliar. We live in a world where it's like it's like the normal to be struggling. I'll find my mind sometimes like looking for things that are wrong. I'm like, why are you doing this? And it's because that's familiar. And I asked myself, I asked actually one of my friends here, they were so mad at themselves the other day because they let something happen that they weren't supposed to let happen on the farm. They made a mistake. They missed something. They were so mad at themselves. And they accidentally said something in a group setting that they weren't supposed to say. And no one else was mad at them. No one else was mad about the whole thing. Some people were even excited about some of the things happening. And I was asking them, I was like, why are you so mad at yourself? Like, it's okay. And they were like, I don't know, actually. I was like, well, what happens if you let yourself be okay? Like, feel what you have to feel. But just ask yourself the question, because your brain has to answer when you ask it a question. That's the magic about having this human brain, is it's designed to answer. So you have to ask the right question. Your words are powerful. So when you ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Ask the subconscious. Because, I feel like I have to punish myself. Why? Well, that's what my parents always would do when I was younger. Or that's what my parents did to themselves. And it's like, well, what happens if I change this? Well, then, maybe I will upset more people. It's like, okay, what happens if you upset more people? Maybe I'll be alone. Okay, what's so scary about being alone? Well, then I have to face myself. Well, what's so scary about facing myself? And you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you get to this place where you're like, oh, I just have to love myself. I just have to accept myself. Love and acceptance. It really comes down to love and acceptance. And when you can get to that place of love and acceptance of who you are, where you are in your human experience, your acceptance or your circumstances, then you can start to accept the people around you. You can start to accept the world as it is, rather than trying to change it. And, people get so involved with everything going on in the world right now. And I think that it is important. Like what I'm doing with Ladybug right now, the horse that I'm raising money to save, I'm trying not to get caught up in the story around this person who's in jail, who doesn't care about her life, who wants to sell her to be made to meat, or wants her to suffer and just push out babies and die a miserable death because she has this condition. And so I try not to get too involved and so angry. I'm more so meeting this situation with acceptance of what it is and seeing how beautiful it truly is because of the love that I get to feel for this animal, and how I open this space up for the love for her on here with you guys, and how you've all donated so much and been so generous, and how abundant and beautiful and loving this experience is, even though it's sad and scary and blah, blah, blah. It's just, there's so much polarity in the world, and that's what makes life life. The contrast is what keeps us alive. My example that I always share is that there's, when you go see a movie, there's the light that projects onto the screen. The bright white light, beautiful bright white light. If it was just that, it would be quite boring. We have to have the shadow and the contrast within the projection to see the light experiencing itself. When we're watching a movie, there has to be these different shades and shadows and contrast to see life, to see the experience that the characters are going through, to bring up these beautiful emotions that we get to feel, this uncertainty. We're all moving towards love. You know, there's so much that comes up when I think about Ladybug being sent to be slaughtered. When I look at what comes up, the root of it is love, is because I want her to have a happy, healthy, wonderful rest of her life, and that's rooted in love. And so when you can just bring it back to love and acceptance, you can start to set yourself free from these patterns and beliefs and conditionings within your subconscious, within your field, that have been limiting you. You really can have a limitless life. So much is possible. I know this might be a little bit much for some people, but when I went to a retreat one time and we did the fork bending with our mind, it showed me really how anything is possible when you just remove the patterns and beliefs around it not being possible. I was sitting there with my fork. I was like, move, damn it. I started seeing other people move it. I was like, fucking, why is everyone else moving it and I can't? And I was like, all right, whatever. If I don't move the fork, it's fine. I'm tired. And then I got into this place. And I was like, oh, I am the fork. The fork is me. We're all one. Doesn't matter if it's a fork, if it's a person, if it's a chair, if it's a bear. Boom. We're all one. And I can find that place where we're all one and be in that and know that in that there's no stories, there's no beliefs, there's no nothing. And if I simply choose that this fork moves, it moves. And it did in that moment, in that space. So if you can just move out all this unconscious stuff, you can have whatever you want. Be whatever you want. Here's some dogs going off. I'm feeling called to go see what's going on. But we're gonna go to the beach, have a wonderful day, do a full moon ceremony, have a bonfire. I made a raw vegan cake. If you guys want the recipe, let me know. I'll put it down below. It's what I make for all the people that I love, for any parties that I used to have at my house in California. It's delish. And so I will see you in tomorrow's video. If you guys want to donate to Ladybug, I will leave that below. I was gonna try and get her in the video today, but the flies are gnarly. I need to wake up early so that we can go out before the flies and just go actually sit in a field with her. I was gonna bring her to a private field so that it could just be me, her, and you guys. And then if you want to sign up for any of my programs, I have 21 days to rewire your mind, 21 days to know your divine guidance. Right now we're on day 14 of divine guidance. You can hop in whenever you want and go at your own pace. And if you want to work one-on-one, I have one-on-one available as well. And that will be linked below. You can go with a one-off, or eventually if you'd like to do a 6-month program with me, that's bi-weekly phone calls. And we will just work on deconditioning your mind and bringing in the truth so that you can live your most optimal, happy, healthy, abundant life. I think that's it. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you. Please like this video, subscribe if you are new here, leave a comment if you feel called to do so. If you don't know what to say, please say, long live Ladybug. We're going to save this beautiful horse. And I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.